Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian. I'm a photographer based in the Portland, Oregon area. I mostly shoot on the Leica M and LeicaQ systems, mostly doing landscape, lifestyle, and street photography. Today's video should be pretty quick. We're just going to talk about camera straps. I'm just going to cover the straps that I use, how they're packed in some of my bags, the camera that I use them with. I have a couple different straps, mostly because I have a few camera bags that are always packed and ready to go with different setups in them. So it's kind of like a grab and go situation. So I definitely have a couple straps for variety on material and color, and then also to just make sure I always have one in my bag so I don't have to worry about packing one. So starting off with the rope straps that I have, this is from a seller on Etsy called Woodgate Leather. I have a couple different ones. I have them in orange, brown, and army green, and they're all part of the Peak Design anchor clips. And then the other two straps I have are from Clever Supply Co., and these are leather, and those are also part of the Peak Design clips. So everything I have is interchangeable. The rope straps that I have from Woodgate Leather are all 43 inches in length. This is a great size for me. I'm 5'7", and size probably varies a little bit. But for me, they kind of land my camera just in the middle of like my abdomen, just below the rib cage, just above the hip, kind of perfectly centered on my stomach area. And I think this is a great length because they're not too long to where the camera's gonna dangle and flap around, but they're also not too tight to where I don't have any maneuverability in the strap when I need to pull the camera up to my eye. I wear all my straps sling style across my body, so I think that 43 inches is just like a really perfect sweet spot. The rope in general is like a really slick material, so I can pull the camera up to my eye and the rope will slide across my clothes really easily, so that's really nice. I don't have to fuss with the strap or anything, and it'll kind of slide across my body and gives me that maneuverability, as I said. But it's part of the material. The rope, for whatever reason, it doesn't really get caught on your clothes or like the strap of your camera bag or anything. I'll have one of those rope straps in my bag with my LeicaQ and the other one in the bag with my grandfather's rangefinder. So that'll pretty much cover the rope straps. Like I said, I have a couple different colors. The army green one is exclusively used with my grandfather's camera to match the whole story and color coordination of that camera having an army green skin on it. And then the orange and brown one I will swap out with my Q, just depending on what I feel like. I think they're a great complement to the color that my Q has wrapped around it with the blue leather and the titanium gray body. That pretty much sums up the rope straps. Highly recommend it if you want to check out Woodgate Leather. That brings us to my two leather straps. Like I said, these are from Clever Supply Co. I just randomly kind of DM'd them and said, hey, I saw you discontinued your forest green and ocean leather straps. Is there any chance that, any of that stuff is available for a custom order? And they had the material and they did it, so it was really cool. The forest green strap is 40 inches in length, which is their standard size, most popular size. And then the ocean blue one I did have custom made at 40.5 inches. I was going to aim for 43 inches because that was a size that I already am familiar with and know I like, but they didn't quite have enough material, so I got a half an inch extra on that one. The forest green strap is pretty much exclusively for my grandfather's camera. Like I said, it has that beautiful army green wrap on it, so basically the green leather strap and the green rope strap are just only used with that camera, and I'll swap it out depending on what size strap I want to use for the day and what material I feel like using. And then the ocean blue leather strap is exclusively used on my LeicaQ and pretty much is like almost an exact match to the blue leather on that camera. So again, if I just feel like using a leather strap and one that's a little bit shorter, then I will toss that one in the Q bag as opposed to one of the other rope straps. The 40 and 40.5 inch lengths are pretty good. They sit just a little bit higher than the 43 inch. I would say the camera basically rests kind of right below the end of my rib cage, kind of where my stomach area and my rib cage meet, so kind of right on my my last rib on my chest. And it's a little bit tighter, it's more snug, and it doesn't let the camera dangle around as much, but it still doesn't restrict the movement if you need to pull the camera up to your eye, again wearing these sling style. The one thing I noticed with the leather is I do have to grab the camera and then usually the strap and kind of like move it so I can get that mobility to pull it up to my eye, because the leather doesn't really slide across my clothes as easy as the rope does. It's kind of a long-term investment, right? I'm gonna run these straps till they literally disintegrate and are no longer able to be used. This is just kind of what I have. It's what I've landed on, and they'll always be in my bag in one way or another in different variety. If you have any questions on the straps that I've mentioned, let me know. Always happy to help. If you are just totally split between on the material you want or something and just can't decide, I'm always open to give out my input. keep things simple. Go out, shoot your photos, don't overthink it. If you want to get in touch, follow me on Instagram, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.